Good evening. Right now, Metro Police are desperately searching for the person or people responsible for killing a man and a woman.
I got a male down in the middle of the street.
Breaking news now, a triple shooting leaves 2 dead.
Never expect for somebody to tell you your loved one was murdered.
This Labor Day will mark 42 years that have haunted the St. Cloud family.
30 years. 30 years this family has waited for answers.
A couple months go by, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you really start to struggle with the idea that the case might not get solved and that somebody might get away with murder.
It's very unfortunate that we have any cold cases at all, and certainly unfortunate that we have as many as we do. And that's why Ryan's work and the work of Project Cold Case is so important.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us again. Today is Tuesday, January 22nd, and we are just a few days out from our big Year of Hope event on the 26th, Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. So we're going to be talking a lot about that today and showing you guys, giving you guys a sneak peek of our auction items and some of the things you can expect to see and hear at the event. But first, we wanted to give you guys a little background and update on some of the goings-ons in the last week. Many of you may know from some of our social media posts that the old Jacksonville City Hall Annex building, which had later served as the state attorney's office here in town and had been empty for the last few years, was directly across the street from our office building. And they have been demoing that building for months now, and it's one of the things we always tell you, if you hear a lot of banging in the background, that was the construction going on. But Sunday they imploded I think it was a 17-story tower, part of that building, and it was literally directly across the street from our house, or from our office. So here's some video of that implosion. That building with the white roof at the very bottom of your screen, that's our building. That's where we are. So that happened. That happened Sunday, a little after 8 a.m. Here's another view from a drone. That first video was from City Councilman Tommy Hazuri's Facebook page, and this drone video was posted by Heather Adams on YouTube. And we wanted to show you may have seen that, even if you're not local, you may have seen that on the news in your area. So because we were so close, because we were a little concerned about flying debris and dust, our landlord asked if the contractor would wrap our building in plastic. And so that's what they did. That's what you see there. That's our building, which is the downtown Duval building in Jacksonville, Florida, wrapped in plastic. That's the view basically right outside our windows of what was left of a 17-story building. And gosh, Clint, I wish I would have remembered that old video we had of that guy hammering the wall. That would have been funny to show. We may have to find that. We didn't come out unscathed. That's our window that was shattered in the implosion. But they were quick to come in and clean up all the glass and put a board up, and are working on repairing that window for us this week. So just a little something that was going on while we were working. What's been going on outside our office now for a number of months, honestly. But yeah, the videos have been really cool. They're all over social media, all over the internet. And we're getting calls from family in Huntsville saying they were showing the video there in Huntsville, Alabama, family in Atlanta, Georgia, calling to say they saw the video too. So we kind of been dealing with that while also getting ready for our big event this weekend. And I'm excited to show you a lot of the auction items today, talk about some of our sponsors, some of the contributors and donors and people that have helped make this happen and are going to help make this happen and going to help support Project Cold Case. If you haven't seen it yet, and you should have, this is the invite to our event. It is open to the public. It is Saturday coming up, January 26th, from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Lifewell Celebrated Community Center. And now that address, the official address is 1601 Oaklawn Place, but a little background on this facility. It is brand new, and I mean brand new to the point that there was a time where we weren't sure it was going to be construction was going to be completed in time for our event, and we were scrambling to look for other venues. Luckily, the owners got back with us in time, confirmed that it would be ready, and they have had another event there, another 2 events. But the location is so new, and while there was an existing road there, they renamed the road because this community center is the only building on that road. So while the name has been changed and the street sign has changed to Oaklawn Place, Google Maps has not been updated and is not quite caught up with the progress. So the old road and an old structure that used to be on that road is 1601 Inman Place. So if you're going to join us this weekend and you're looking for a map to get there and you're utilizing your GPS or Google, 1601 Inman Place is the address you want to plug into your GPS or phone, but know that when you get there, the street sign is going to say Oaklawn Place. This venue, we couldn't be happier about. Here's a picture of the outside of the venue, so you know what you're looking at as you pull in. This year we had the luxury of and the honor of teaming up with Hardage Giddens, who is a cemetery and funeral home around the state and around the city, and they're under a bigger umbrella around the country. And they have taken a special interest in Project Cold Case and welcomed us and helped us secure this venue. Now, the community center that they've created, literally, paint's just now drying. It's so new, and we were always looking for someone to partner with that would allow us the space, the flexibility, and honestly the image that we portray, and this was the perfect fit. Hardage Giddens, let's not kid ourselves. We're an organization that deals with murder, that deals with death. And there's very few people that treat the dead with the respect that Hardage Giddens does. It's not necessarily a career path that most people take, but I think that once you get to know them, they're truly committed to what they do, similar to our commitment to homicide victims. And I certainly didn't think that this would be my career path, and here I am, and it's the thing I'm most passionate about and care about, so deeply. And the people at Hardage Giddens are the same way. They are committed to treating our loved ones with respect. They understand the grief process and what we go through, and so it was a natural fit to team up with them. For anybody that around the Jacksonville area, that Oaklawn Cemetery is the premier cemetery in town. It's just a beautiful, beautiful grounds, and this Lifewell Celebrated Center is just north of the Oaklawn Cemetery entrances, between Oaklawn Cemetery and Calico Corners, which is a business that has sat on that in that corner in that building for pretty much as long as anybody can remember, and everybody that drives up and down San Jose Boulevard recognizes the name Calico Corners. So that's where our event is going to be. Something we're really excited about. We hope to have some other announcements about partnerships with Hardage Giddens. We're working on those and hope to have those Saturday. But again, that's the Lifewell Celebrated Center at 1601 Oaklawn Place is the physical address, 1601 Inman Place for your phones and GPS, Google Maps, those kinds of things. It's just north of University Boulevard off San Jose Boulevard, so you're traveling up or down San Jose. That's kind of the landmark you should look for is Oaklawn Cemetery and University Boulevard. It's going to be in that Lakewood area of town. So we'll use that partnership with Hardage Giddens. They have basically become our title sponsor for this event because of their generosity and support that they've shown us. We literally wouldn't be able to have this event without them, and we certainly wouldn't be able to put on such a spectacular event without them. So it's with a great thanks and appreciation that we're acknowledge them as really being the title sponsor to our event this year. Some of the other sponsors that have made sure that this happens. Action News Jacks, you know them from our Action News Jacks Project Cold Case features, and Lorena Inclan that comes in here, once a month at least with us and sits down and reviews cases. We partnered with them over a year ago and started featuring local cases in Jacksonville. It's been a tremendous success. We've had, tips come in. We've had, people talking. We've raised awareness. We've given families a voice, a public voice to talk about their loved ones and share what the community is missing now that their loved ones are gone, and why it's important that we solve these cases and get these killers off the street. And that partnership has blossomed from occasional news segments to a full-on partnership with a Project Cold Case component to their website, podcast. Again, another natural fit that when we were looking for sponsors to help us put this event on, where we cater the food. It's not a ticketed event, at least not this year. We hope to grow to a point where maybe that's a possibility in the future. But for this event, we're inviting the public. We've got your food covered. There'll be a cash bar for those that would like to participate in an adult beverage. The live and silent auctions, and honestly, I think quite a few members from Action News plan on coming and spending the day with us, including Lorena Inclan. Paige Kelton has said she's going to try to come. A number of their reporters and anchors and camera people and producers that make that stuff happen. We're looking forward to seeing them. Another big sponsor for us this year has been eQuoto, and they are an internet marketing service, but they utilize multiple life insurance agencies. They kind of a one-stop shop that allows you to compare pricing and shop and get the best price on life insurance. They have been a sponsor for a couple of years now and continue to support us when we need them at these events, and so we're forever grateful for them too. And then one of our board members, Ryan Hoback, we've heard him mentioned and seen his products before. He owns and operates Hobie's Honey and General Store on San Jose Boulevard down in Mandarin. And he has been around since before Project Cold Case was an actual nonprofit organization. He's one of our founding board members. Every event we do, he donates either financially to help support us or through auction items. And this year was no different. And I got one of them sitting right here. I want to show you. If you've been to one of our events, these things are some of the most popular items that we auction off. And Ryan sells these in his store on San Jose Boulevard. The package he put together here has Carolina barbecue sauce, sweet bourbon sauce, barbecue sauce, and peach bourbon barbecue sauce. and some mild chow chow. It's the barbecue basket here. His store also sells Amish jams. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but his store sells strawberry rhubarb. All kinds of jellies, jams. He also sells products from other vendors around the city, and he was kind enough to donate some other baskets of products that he sells, but that are not necessarily his product. He does. I think this year we've got a couple of sauces. There's a honey basket. He does local honey. He also does honeycomb and stirs. So he's got a basket with that kind of stuff in there. And then he's got a 5 Points candle. He sells their candles in his store, and so you can expect a basket with 5 Point candle stuff. And then Cam Lee is a new product that he's selling, which is like simple syrups and mixers for your adult beverages. Hobie's donated a basket full of their goods, and Cam Lee actually donated a number of their products to that basket as well. Fresh Jacks does spices around town. They're sold at Hobie's Honey and General Store, and Hobie's donated a basket of those as well. So those are just some of the title sponsors that have contributed financially and otherwise. A couple of the other like major sponsors that are have contributed something to us above and beyond, and we'll start with Green Gridiron. You probably remember that we showed the helmet build is on our Facebook page. It's on Instagram. It's on their YouTube page. They did an entire build for us and made these custom helmets that actually our marketing guy Clint designed with our midnight blue, navy blue color background, and then our logo that was designed by Ed Hall. And then these were, their additions, the visor and the chin guard upgrades, and the back that says, we still hope. These are honestly one of the coolest things I've ever seen the Project Cold Case logo on, and so we're really excited to have their support. And again, not only in donating the helmet to us, but then sharing the actual build of that helmet on their social media pages, their YouTube page, and their Instagram page, which has 100,000 followers. So we're really, really happy to have them on board. A couple of the other things that we have here that I think are, everything deserves being talked about today, but some of these have a special place in Project Cold Case. Hard Knot Designs creates coasters, cutting boards, wood signs, ornaments, all kinds of things, and Colton burns those. He has a little wood burning shop, and he does those. He donated these coasters to our event this year. He did the sign that is behind us, that you see behind us all the time. He's got just an amazing site full of items that are great for gifts or for your home, and he's been one of our biggest supporters. He's actually in Memphis, I believe, and so we have a lot of supporters locally, but we're starting to expand. Green Gridiron is in South Carolina. Hard Knot Designs is in Memphis, and they're spreading the word about Project Cold Case in their communities as well, and helping us raise that awareness. So we're as always super thankful for them. We don't have an image, I don't think, of this, but Pebblebrook Hotel Trust has been a sponsor of Project Cold Case. They donated 2 stays at hotels last year, including the La Playa Resort in Naples, Florida, and the Colonnade and Coral Gables last year. Those were both, big ticket items that we auctioned off last year. And then throughout the year, they helped us to be able to travel and stay in hotels when we had business to take care of. So when I went to D.C. with one of our board members to meet with the Department of Justice, to meet with Congressman Rutherford, we stayed at a Pebblebrook hotel option. And then also when we went down to Miami to meet with some potential supporters and with the City of Miami Police Department, they were there. So they just, again, take care of us in a way that we could never say thank you enough. So those are kind of the sponsors that we're dealing, that are taking care of us. Some of them behind the scenes, that you don't always see, and we're real excited to have their support, and of course to promote them as well. We're a nonprofit organization. That means every dollar is important. Every dollar is tough to come by. We've recently been affected by the government shutdown, and our major funding grant for our advocacy has been suspended until the government shutdown is over. And so, in situations like that, we need these other revenue streams. We're also very frugal with our money that we do receive. So when we get an opportunity like a Pebblebrook to stay in a hotel at a discounted rate with their help, we take advantage of that. I think now we'll go through some of these items and see if we can entice anybody to come out this weekend. Again, it's open to the public, this Year of Hope event, our 4th annual. Have we had any questions or anything? Anybody have any questions? So, all right. Well, let's start with this interesting little. Some of these have a little story behind them, and some of them don't. In November, I was asked to come speak at the Southeastern Homicide Investigators Conference in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which was an amazing conference. I mean, just so many great speakers, and learned so much and met so many great people. And they had donors and sponsors and door prizes, anything you could imagine. And I actually won a door prize. I don't ever win anything, but I won a door prize, and I couldn't wait to see what was in the box. And when I opened the box, it was donated to the Sahia conference from Alpha Outpost, and it included a spear tip, a snare, and a trap of some kind, and then a pocket knife that was quite remarkable. You can kind of see it in the back there. Anyway, that little package there was sent out by Alpha Outpost. It cost, I think it was $55 as part of their subscription package. And myself personally, I was flying back to Jacksonville, and I was a little worried about shoving that stuff in my suitcase. So luckily, one of the homicide detectives from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office was there presenting to the conference, and I asked him if he would drive that back. And bonus, if he broke down on I-10 on the way back, he would have a way to secure food for he and his partner that were in the car. So again, this is actually a really cool little kit for anyone that is into primitive hunting and or hunting, knives, snares. If you have a possum problem or armadillo problem. We might have some solutions there. I don't know. It's not something that I would use, although it was a really cool little package. So I thought hopefully the people at Sahia and Alpha Outpost wouldn't mind that I just transferred it to our auction, so that somebody that could use it could take advantage of it. Anybody that has been to our events in the past knows we have teamed up with the artist Wyland on a number of different auction items where they've donated prints that were framed and signed by the artist. Wyland, if you don't know, is pretty much famous for his oceanic art, whales, murals with whales on them, and different underwater scenes. This year we got something a little bit different. It does actually come with a print, signed print by Wyland, but this is actually a book. I'm trying to find in my notes here. I should have marked it a little bit better. But the book is called America's Artists, and it's Artists of Wyland Galleries. And Wyland has galleries all over the country, mostly in places that are coastal. So big ones in Hawaii, California, and then in Florida as well. He's got some down in I think he's got one down in Key West, one in Port Canaveral, maybe down at Disney. Actually, I think at the Downtown Disney or Boardwalk Disney Hotel, he has a venue there, a gallery, along with others. So included, this is really cool. The inside the book is a vellum page that's actually signed by 11 artists, including Wyland and Guy Harvey. And if you're not familiar with Guy Harvey, he does all of the fish T-shirts and art, and we auctioned off one of his pieces of art a couple of years ago. But anyway, so the book comes with an 8x10 lithograph signed by Wyland that you see there in the image. It comes with a certificate of authenticity, and then again inside that book it's signed by 11 other artists, and the little description is the Artists of Wyland Galleries is a full-color 176-page fine art compilation book featuring 14 of today's most renowned Wyland Galleries artists, including their stories and selections of their favorite art creations, featuring works of James Coleman, William DeShazo, Scott Hansen, Guy Harvey, Dan McKinn, a number of other artists. So if you're used to any of Wyland's stuff, you know that these books are valuable. It's a limited edition, so the actual book is numbered, and that number matches the 8x10 print or lithograph that's signed by Wyland as well. So you can add that to your collection. And we're in Jacksonville, so when in Jacksonville, you have to have representation from the local NFL team and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who we've partnered with in a number of different ways, including selling tickets. The last 2 seasons, we've helped sell tickets where we got a portion of sales for those tickets. This year, we've got a Calais Campbell signed football. Number 93 just announced that he will be playing in the Pro Bowl for a second consecutive season. Certainly one of the star players on the Jacksonville Jaguars defense that has been pretty much the crown jewel of the franchise for the last couple of years. Despite a disappointing finish to the season this year, we're in Jacksonville. We love our sports teams, and we're excited to have one of the superstars from the league signed football, Calais Campbell. So look forward to somebody going home with that. What else we got, Clint? Let's see. Oh yeah, so Jaws. Everybody here remembers that movie. No, you don't, Clint? That movie was almost 20 years before you were born, I think. But this is a 24 by 36 movie poster of everybody's favorite shark movie, Jaws, and it's actually signed by Richard Dreyfuss, who was starred in the movie, and so the poster's framed, 24 by 36. It's huge. I was going to bring it in here, but honestly, we've got a ton of stuff in here, so we just showed the image to you. But that'll be available for auction as well. That'll look good in any man cave, especially one that somebody lives out towards the water. So, what else we got, Clint? All right, so this is really cool. There's an artist that is local that makes these flags for different reasons. Bradley Satcher is his name, and I'll just give you a little idea of scale here. That's the Florida State flag that he's donated, and then some supporters of his and ours donated. You can see the Florida State logo in the corner, and the garnet and gold kind of paint for the flag striping and stars. So that isn't just, we were amazed by the outpouring of support we got this year for different items, and so any Florida State fans out there, that's going to look real good on your wall. So that'll be available for bidding on Saturday as well. If you're just joining us, we're going over a lot of the auction items that we're going to have Saturday at our fourth annual Year of Hope event, including this, which if you're a music fan, specifically country music fan, you're definitely going to want to come out and try to get your hands on this autographed guitar. Jimmy and Helen Williams are longtime fans and friends of Project Cold Case, and Jimmy's on our board of directors, and he and his wife helped secure this autographed guitar. The guitar is signed by a bunch of country artists, and it's actually it's an acoustic electric guitar that has controls on the top and a place to plug into an amp. I'm trying to remember what kind of guitar it is. Do you remember the name brand? I can't remember. But the autographs include Tim McGraw, who has a connection back here to Jacksonville, and Tanya Tucker, Ty Herndon, Preston Brust, Chris Lucas of Low Cash, Mark Colley, Clay Walker, Craig Campbell, just Daryl Worley, Little Texas, James Decker, Lance Miller, Brooke Eden, and others as well. So just a great item to hang on your wall and show off while you're sitting out back on the back porch with friends and family, and looking for something to get a conversation started. So we not everything is high dollar. This is a donation from the Autobahn Raceway. They are our local high-speed go-kart track in town, and they donated last year and came through for us again. It's the Autobahn Indoor Speedway. You get 2 tickets to cruise around and race your friend or significant other, chase them, have them chase you. That would be. I did it in Vegas one year at a similar place, and had a lot of fun with some guys. But I haven't made it out to Autobahn here yet, so hopefully somebody will take advantage of that and go have a good time. We got a lot of autographs and autograph stuff, and when people offer you that kind of stuff, you jump on it because it's collectible, and you can find something for anybody. we deal with unsolved homicides. That's what we do, and our connections are ranging, and they're quite vast. And one of our supporters and good friends, Tim Quick, works for the state attorney's office here in the 4th Judicial Circuit as the chief investigator. And prior to taking that job, he worked for the real NCIS, the Naval Criminal Investigative Services. And he, while working that job, made a lot of connections and has some friends that do some work for the TV show NCIS and help out with their shows and do some production and help them keep things as believable as possible for TV, because how TV is, and sometimes it's believable, sometimes it's not. So his buddies help him to make sure that these are either real cases or similar to real cases or combinations of real cases, and provide them the insight that they really need to make the shows believable. And Tim reached out to his buddy on the NCIS New Orleans show, who sent this basket of NCIS swag, which looks like it includes a couple hats and shirts and koozie, a mug, a tumbler, a autograph photo of Scott Bakula, who's the star of that NCIS New Orleans series. And then the coolest part of it is a signed script by the cast. So that thing you see to the right there is the actual script, and it's from episode 501-96. The episode was called "See You Soon," and that's signed by the main characters of the cast. So that's really cool. We haven't seen that yet. We're gonna get that from Tim tomorrow, and he sent us that picture. I can't wait to look at all the stuff they sent us. I think that's really cool, and it's really cool to have that connection to the show and know that you're getting this stuff, not necessarily from a third party or eBay or anything like that, that you're getting it from the source. So that's pretty cool. Manifest Distillery is a local distillery here in downtown Jacksonville, actually not far from our office, and right across the street from the baseball grounds, down the street from the Veterans Memorial Arena, and right down the street from Everbank Field. Manifest has been a supporter of ours for now 2 years with this Year of Hope event. They donated some vodka. They let's see what they got here. A 750 milliliter bottle of their signature potato vodka, 3 500 milliliter bottles of spectacular ginger beer, 6 plastic Manifest Distillery cups, a recipe for Manifest Buck, an extra large woman's cut Manifest t-shirt, and admission for 4 to a tour, a private tour of Manifest Distillery, which includes a tutored taste session. So again, they donated that last year, and I know that was a very popular item. It's kind of cool to go to there and see how they do things, how they make things. So we're excited to have that on our auction list this year too. And who doesn't love the alligator farm? I have been going to the St. Augustine Alligator Farm, almost yearly from the time I could remember until I was in my teens, and I would go. My grandmother used to take me every summer. It was a place I would go with my mom. Some of my fondest memories are the alligator farm, and they have certainly been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. So much so that for my birthday last year, I took the day off work and kept my daughter home from school, and I took her down there, and we got to do some some fun things with the alligator farm, including holding an alligator and getting down in the exhibit with the Galapagos tortoises, which was really cool. I got some great pictures of her and I doing that. Excuse me, I got a tickle in the back of the throat. So we've got 4 tickets to the alligator farm that we'll auction off on Saturday as well. So we're looking forward to that. And keeping with nature and conservation, one thing we do here at Project Cold Case is we love to acknowledge other groups that are making a difference in the world in other ways. We can handle, we'll handle the cold case stuff, but we're going to let White Oak handle the animal conservation, the St. Augustine Alligator Farm, the Jacksonville Zoo. We'll let them handle, their specialty, but we like to acknowledge them and we like to partner up with them when we can. And this is the second year in a row that White Oak has donated a package for 4 people to go on their and visit their conservation lands up in Yulee, Florida, about an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour away from our downtown office here. But White Oak has done tremendous things for conservation, and they house giraffes, rhinos, cheetahs, a bunch of exotic animals with the goal of conservation. And so it's a proud partnership of ours and something that we know is a very valuable item. It's a very sought after item. Not just anybody can go up there just any time. So we appreciate that friendship and partnership with them, and know somebody's really going to enjoy taking the family up to White Oak one day. And this is a new one to us this year. Yeti. Yeti does a deal and partners with nonprofits, and there's a selection process. And we were lucky enough to be selected to be a part of that partnership. They appreciated what we were doing for the community and wanted to help us out. So they sent us a ton of stuff. This package here includes the Yeti, is it the Yeti 45, I think? It's the Yeti 45, which is a 45 quart cooler in that Carolina blue, pale blue, I forget what they call it, but it's a light blue color. Yeti hat, Yeti stickers, their Yeti ice packs, their Yeti tumbler, ramblers, different sizes, a cup holder that goes with the cooler. That's one package right there that we're going to be auctioning off, and that's Yeti life to the extreme right there. So somebody will walk out of there with some really good Yeti stuff. And then because that wasn't all they sent us, we'll also have another auction with just some of the cups and coolers, or not the coolers, but the cups and ramblers. And so, for those of you that already have a cooler, you can still get you a set of ramblers. So I think last week we had Lorena on with us, and we showed this. But for anybody that missed it, we've got a good partnership with the Jumbo Shrimp. Again, we love our local sports, and it appears that they love us too, because they treat us really well when we ask them for items to auction off and help us raise money for our cause. So they donated a family 4-pack of tickets, reserve seat tickets. They donated 2 shirts and 2 hats. And here's one of the shirts. It says Jax. It's got the Jumbo Shrimp up there. It's got the state of Florida here. That is an extra large shirt. And then this shirt, which is kind of that, what do they call that material, Clint? Dry fit. Blue, royal blue shirt, Jumbo Shrimp, established 2017, although we've had a team here for years and years and years and decades. They have only been the Jumbo Shrimp for a short time. So those are the shirts. A couple of really cool hats also, and if you're if you're my age or around my age, you recognize this style of hat. This was extremely popular back in my day. It says Bold City Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So those are awfully cool. And then as a bonus, as a taking it up a notch, the Jumbo Shrimp also provided us with a certificate to watch the fireworks that they display on their occasional games. I think they do it on Fridays in the first couple games of the year. There's a huge fireworks display they do. I mean, it's like a 4th of July fireworks. And they donated a certificate so that you and your family can actually watch those from the field. And so that was really cool. That was something we weren't expecting. And since we're on a sports kick here, when one of the board members and I were looking for a potential venue when we didn't know if the Oaklawn's Life Well Celebrated Center was going to be open or not, and we stopped into Manifest Distillery, who actually has venue space there, which is really cool. Unfortunately, when we were looking, they were already booked for our date, the 26th, and then fortunately our original venue came back available, and so we didn't need it. But while we were there, we bumped into a guy from the Jacksonville Icemen, which is the local minor league hockey team in town, and he was doing some promotion stuff with the Manifest Distillery. Told him what we were there doing. Tyler's his name. Turned out to be a really great guy, super nice. Kept in touch with us, gave us a couple tickets to go check out the Icemen, gave us a hockey puck, and when I asked if he thought they might be able to get something for our auction, he said, "Yeah, we'll see why not. Surely we can get a jersey or something." I thought, "Oh, a Jacksonville Iceman jersey would be pretty cool." When I contacted him after the holidays, he said, "Yeah, come on by the office. I got something for you." And when I showed up, he said, "Well, we had kind of a run on jerseys with the holidays, so instead we have a game-used goalie hockey stick signed by the team." And I mean, this thing is beat 6 ways to Sunday. And in fact, he said, "I had to put some tape on it because I got a piece of graphite in my finger picking it up. It was splintering." So this is actual game used by the goalie for the Jacksonville Icemen, and then signed by the team, Jacksonville Icemen team. So if we've got any hockey fans out there, that'll look good on your wall. And I love just the uniqueness of most of our items, and the fact that we have these businesses and teams that are willing to partner with us and share their products with us and help us raise money. It's kind of humbling to know that they're out there wanting to support us and willing to do something above and beyond. It'd be easy to give us 2 tickets to a shrimp game or 2 tickets to a hockey game, and we would still be grateful for that. But the fact that they just always seem to go above and beyond has been humbling and really cool, and we're really excited to be able to have these things available for you guys on Saturday. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, so there's another story behind this. This is the book "I'll Be Gone in the Dark." Is that what the title is? Yeah, and so this is a book about the Golden State Killer in California. And the book, if you don't know the background, Michelle McNamara wrote the book. She was married to comedian Patton Oswalt, who you will know as the voice of Ratatouille in the Disney movie or Pixar movie, and he was also in King of Queens, the show. I think that's what it was, King of Queens. Anyway, he's a stand-up comedian. He has been in a number of sitcoms and it was in the animated Ratatouille movie. Michelle McNamara, the author of this book, and Patton Oswalt were married, and Michelle McNamara was working on this book for a really long time. She was a true crime writer, blogger, and was specifically focused on cold cases and the Golden State Killer, the East Area rapist in California, and finding out who had done, who was responsible for all of those rapes and murders. And unfortunately, while writing the book and halfway through the book, she died in her sleep, and she was young. I think she was in her mid-40s. Had a young daughter, and unfortunately passed away in her sleep, and was had not finished writing the book yet. So her husband, Patton Oswalt, decided that, as kind of a tribute to her, he would finish the book, and so he hired some people to compile her research, his wife's research, and finish the book. And he wrote the afterword in the book, and we actually had a little bit of contact with him after his wife died. He was looking for organizations like ours and ways he could help them in her name. So we had some dialogue with him, and this year we reached out to him and asked him if he would donate a book and sign it, and he said absolutely. So he sent the hardback book, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, which again was written by his wife, about the Golden State Killer in California, and he signed the book in the afterword at the back of the book where he wrote about it. He autographed it. The book came out literally, right before the Golden State Killer was identified. And so it certainly would have been nice for her to be around to have seen that happen. She worked really hard on the book and brought it a lot of attention and awareness, which is something we fight for all the time with all of our cases. So we thought that was fitting that we have that book by her, signed by her husband. So that'll be up for auction as well. SeaWorld. We're in Florida, so we got a lot of theme parks around here. A lot of things for families to do on the weekends, and so we reached out to SeaWorld. They had actually donated a couple of years ago for something else, so we asked them again if they'd be able to support us, and they came through for us again. They donated 4 tickets to SeaWorld, which, if you've priced theme park tickets these days, quite expensive. So there's a family out there, hopefully, that'll be going to SeaWorld very soon after this auction. SeaWorld in Orlando, by the way. So yeah, that's just another item that you'll be able to see. SeaWorld has a water park, Aquatica, which they donated 4 tickets to that as well. So that's another thing for the family to do on the weekend, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy that. We also got tickets to Busch Gardens, which is in Tampa. And so that's a little further away from Jacksonville, but an easy weekend or day trip. And I think, let's see, Busch Gardens, I think we got 2 tickets to Busch Gardens. So you take your squeeze to Busch Gardens if you want. And so that's pretty much all the ones we have pictures of. We have a couple other items. As I mentioned earlier, the Pebblebrook Hotel Trust has agreed to donate some hotel stays. So we're waiting to see exactly where those are going to be, excuse me, and for how long. One of the other things that Hobie's Honey and General Store donated, if you ever drove by his storefront, you know that his old location was full of yard art, metal, birds, giraffes, minions. I mean, he had all kinds of stuff. He still sells that in his new location, but it's not right on the street side, so you don't see it when you're driving by. He donated a 5-foot rooster to the auction. So last year he donated an alligator that was a huge hit and had a lot of fun. Some of these items I don't think I mentioned will be silent auction items where you just walk up and write a bid on a bid sheet, and then we're expecting to have Senator Aaron Bean back again this year to do the live auction, and he usually makes a selection of a handful of items, 10 items that he'll live auction off, and that's always a lot of fun. Keeps everybody interested and excited. We've got some more Jaguar stuff, a Jalen Ramsey autograph photo. Let's see, what else do we have here that we didn't talk about? We talked about the shrimp. We've got gift cards. We've got Mambo's Cuban Cafe has donated a couple of $50 gift cards. We got a $100 gift card to the fish camps, which you have the North Beach Fish Camp and Neptune Beach. You have the Palm Valley Fish Camp down Palm Valley and Ponte Vedra, and you have the Julington Creek Fish Camp down in Mandarin. So if you've been there, they have amazing food. So we have a $100 gift card that was donated from McBride and Lucius, who is another one of our huge sponsors and supporters every year. They come through and they buy stuff and they help us out, and they bought that gift card this year. We got a 1979 Jim Beam Circus Wagon bottle decanter that is a really cool little antique item that'll be up for auction. We've got photography packages from Kaysen Photography. There's a family portrait session at Big Talbot Island, and then there's I think there was a family portrait session at Treaty Oak, and then like a child's portrait session or something at Big Talbot Island. So those are really cool if you need some holiday photos or some family photos up on the wall. We've got a basket put together by a supporter that's a Valentine basket that includes champagne, two glass flutes, just assorted chocolates, Sweet Home Alabama DVD, candle, and picture frame. We've got some art coming up called the Guana Preserve, which Guana is out there in South Ponte Vedra. It's a beautiful 16 by 16 artwork on fine art paper by Ellen Diamond. It also includes a $75 framing certificate to Avondale Artworks. And then one of the latest things to come in, this was literally we just grabbed this morning. It was dropped off at the office. Sheesh. Let me see if I can. So this is basically a sculpture art. I mean, it's really cool. I don't know if it does it justice. I'm going to try to see it slatted, and this is cut from a CNC machine, and it's Splash Splat Sculpture is what it's titled, and it's from provided by Pattern Shape, which is a local guy that makes these for art installs and buildings, and then available to the public as well. Reinvigorate your decorations with beautiful wall art from Pattern Shape. These items are created with a CNC machine and designed for modern homes. I know there's a number of interior design firms in town that utilize Pattern Shape's wall art and installs on their products. So again, you got to get kind of a feel for scale there. And these slats, it's really cool, and I'm excited to have partnered up with Pattern Shape here, kind of as we approach and be able to show off some of his work and hopefully make a little money for Project Cold Case off of this piece. One of the other things that there's going to be a number of surprises at our event. There's a couple of announcements that we're going to make. We're also going to talk about some of the things we achieved in 2018 and some of our goals for 2019. and I can't give it all away here, but if you've seen this sitting over here to the side, we've got a Ronnie Van Zant bobblehead, and all I will say is that this will be part of the item up for auction. There's another part to it that just take the hint for what that is, and be sure to come out and see what we were also able to secure for our auction on Saturday that has, I don't know, something to do with Leonard Skinner maybe. We'll see. So come on out Saturday. You have the opportunity to check that out and bid on it. I showed you this earlier. This is something we're going to talk about more during the event, but this is Project Cold Case labeled strawberry rhubarb jam. We also have apple butter with Project Cold Case labels on it. This is is something we're going to launch in 2019, and the ability for you to get really well-made and good tasting products like apple butter and strawberry rhubarb jam. And when you buy those, you will be supporting Project Cold Case. So come on out and make sure that you are joining us for that part of our presentation where we talk about some of the things, some of our goals for 2019 and what we expect to do. And you'll have the opportunity to buy some of this while you're there. So. And that is, again, another partnership with Hobie's Honey and General Store. And so, we get these opportunities that we feel really lucky and blessed to have, and these friendships and partnerships and connections. And we couldn't do it without these people. That's why, we hope that that you will support them when you're out shopping and when you're looking for somewhere to go and something to do. Remember that Project Cold Case was supported by these businesses, and you can help us out by thinking of them when you're looking for a specific product. I want to say, let's see, is there anything that I missed? I'm sure there was. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. One of my good personal friends is a social worker by day and a DJ by night, and one of his first gigs in Jacksonville when he moved here as a DJ was at a small summer event that we had out at the beach, and he stumbled in one day to the venue, asked if he could DJ, and the owner said, well, I'll let you DJ, but you got to DJ this event for free, and then I'll start paying you if you do a good job. And he's one of the best DJs out there right now. You DJ 7, if I haven't mentioned that, and he works about 6 days a week DJing and 5 days a week, as a social worker. Wonderful human being. You can find him, I think, tonight's Tuesday. I think he's down at Finn McCool's on Phillips Highway area, down towards Palencia or Nocatee or somewhere around there. He does Cool Haynes. He does Wipeouts. He does Graffiti Burger. He does Brews in Atlantic Beach and Brews in Bartram Park. He does Name That Tune. He does specific trivia for TV shows. He did a Friends trivia. He's always got an idea. He's always keeping the party going, and he's been a huge friend of Project Cold Case ever since that first event. And he's actually going to be DJing our event, and so we're looking forward to having him and his outgoing personality and his great tunes on Saturday as well. And just a plug, he social media with him is pretty much Instagram. That's where he does most of his stuff. So check him out on Instagram at dj.se the number 7 VEN, and DJ7 is his name. Book him for your next event. He does weddings, he does parties, he does corporate events. He did the landing for for January 1st for New Year's Eve. Finn McCool's down at the Jacksonville Landing hired him, and he was out there DJing for them. So he's got quite the reputation and quite the resume. And we're lucky to have caught him before he was anything big. So thanks again for watching this and listening to this. If you missed something, go back and watch it later, or also know that we're going to be posting these auction items up in an album on Facebook this week. Again, everyone's invited to our 4th annual Year of Hope, January 26th. From 2 to 6 p.m. at the Life Well Celebrated Center for GPS purposes, 1601 Inman Place, off of San Jose Boulevard, north of University Boulevard, between Oaklawn Cemetery and Calico Corners. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, to all of our donors, to all of our contributors. I know we've had some questions about an online auction. We were not able to pull that off this year, so this will be a in-person, live, and silent auction. If you want to send us a message with a maximum bid, we can put your name down on something, but we won't really be able to keep you up to date on it. If your bid was high enough, then we could always call you after the event. That is something that we're looking at moving forward. Next year, hopefully, maybe we can get in on the online auction game and see what we do. Clint, is there anything I'm forgetting?
We're good. You want to go over some more details of the event real quick before we head out?
Yeah. So we're going to show you some more pictures again. This is the venue, Hardage Giddens, Oaklawn, our title sponsor, and this is their venue. It's called the Life Well Celebrated Community Center. We're excited about that partnership and looking forward to some announcements with them. You see plenty of room there for sitting, eating, where food will be provided, cash bar, live and silent auction, DJ. We're looking forward to just having some time to kind of mingle. Let's see. We believe that Sheriff Mike Williams will be in attendance. With these, with somebody like a sheriff, you just never know if something could come up. He was supposed to come a couple years ago, and a toddler was shot in a drive-by the night before, and he obviously wasn't able to make it. He had to go tend to more pressing matters, but he is scheduled to come. We're hopeful that he'll be able to make it and that nothing tragic happens and keeps him from joining us. I just got confirmation again today from Sheriff Sadie Darnell from the Alachua County Sheriff's Office. She's planning on driving up from Gainesville. She is the chair of the Florida Sheriff's Association's Cold Case Advisory Commission that I sit on, and we meet quarterly and review cold cases from around the state. She is a huge supporter of what we do, and I mean, just as committed to cold cases as anyone I've ever met, and she's planning on driving up from Gainesville. We're hopeful to have some representation from other law enforcement agencies, potentially someone from Seminole County Sheriff's Office, Orlando Police Department. They're part of the Southeastern Homicide Investigators Association, and they're looking to come up. Again, lots of Mayor Ellen Glasser from Atlantic Beach is hopeful to join us. We're excited to have some elected officials. We've got the team from Action News, Jack's coming out. We're going to have, so our survivors are always welcome. And I should say that, this is a fundraiser. Our goal is to raise money. Our goal is to expand and to do some great things and help more people. And we need money to do that, but we don't ever ask our survivor families to donate. money. We don't ask them we don't expect them to come in and bid on things. We expect them to come in and enjoy a nice meal and see what we've done over the past year and what we're looking to do in the future. We don't ever want them to feel obligated to compensate us or pay for the services we provide. That is not why we do it. They're welcome just like anybody else. But I want to just set that straight so you know we're going to be asking people for money, but we're not asking you for money. If you're a survivor, you're exempt from that ask. But you are still welcome there. Anything else you think of? All right. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Take care.